Hey there folks, how's it going? So today we're talking about PvP in Diablo Immortal. That's right, all of the player versus player activities that you can do when you get this game. Today in this video, I'm telling you everything that you need to know about PvP in Diablo Immortal. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today, we're talking about PvP. We're talking about player versus player, everything that you can do if you wanted to face other players in Diablo Immortal. Remember, this video is going to be chaptered, so you can skip around anytime you like via those chapters. While you're down there, smash the like button, hit the subscribe. You know what to do to stay tuned to the latest Diablo Immortal content. So what's PvP? That's player versus player. This is everybody's favorite mode when you are going to be going against other people. In Diablo Immortal, so far, there are 3 modes that are strictly PvP. And we're going to talk about all 3. Battlegrounds is what you're seeing right now on screen. This is basically a practice mode, so to speak, for a Rite of Exile. Rite of Exile is... Well, Rite of Exile is very complicated, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to link a video for you up top because I have a really fantastic video on the Rite of Exile, how it works, the rules, and etc. If you want to know details about the Rite of Exile, definitely want to make sure you check that video. In fact, I'm going to link a few other videos for you about the whole cycle of Strife if you wanted to know what that's all about. This is like a whole Shadow versus Immortals. It's a really cool activity. There's a bunch of stuff that you can do. I'll link some videos for you up top. Now, Battlegrounds is an 8v8 random, kind of a chill Rite of Exile, right? This is where you can kind of randomly queue up and jump in when the team forms. There's 16 players on the team, 8v8, and there's a random between defending and attacking. And yes, there's actually some objectives that you can do, the same as the Rite of Exile. Remember, this is a practice mode for the Rite of Exile. And you're able to, destroy guardians and move icons and do a bunch of stuff. But really, at the moment, and maybe in the future as well, no one's doing that. Everyone's just basically trying to kill each other. As soon as the bell rings, as you can see, everyone's like, you're just running in there, war paint, screaming, throwing all spells, craziness. It's just madness. It's a lot of fun, a really cool mode. Now, a few things about it I'm going to mention to you in just a little bit. But generally speaking, the idea is obviously it's an 8v8, a random 8v8 that you jump into and you could just basically queue up against other people. It puts them all on random teams and you attack each other for fun. It's it really just is that. It's a lot of fun. Now, currently, it's not balanced. In fact, it's not balanced on many different levels. It's not just not balanced because of the game itself and the Battlegrounds, just in general. It's also not balanced class-based either. Remember, at the moment, we're in technical alpha, and what they're doing is they're just making sure that the game itself works. They're making sure that the modes work, that all the mechanics work, that everything is actually working the way it's supposed to, before they're actually going to be doing any balancing to the game, to the mode, and then to the classes, right? So there's a lot of different balancing that has to happen. So a lot of the stuff that you're seeing on screen is crazy. Like, for example, like being a wizard in the Battleground is insane. It's straight up murder. It's like almost impossible. Because you have a bunch of, echo hacks and crusaders running around and just slaying. If someone comes anywhere near you, you're dead. At the same time, you do have one weapon. That's called the black hole, baby. That's right, the black hole's OP right now. You could just, as soon as you get someone into a black hole, it's death. It's absolute death. I love it. But in general, it's kind of crazy. It's a lot of fun. So you're going around, you're killing a bunch of others, right? The idea is, there is a kill cap, actually. 80 is the kill cap in the Rite of Exile as well. There is also a difference between defending and attacking. Okay, so when you're attacking, you're supposed to go and kill stuff, and then you're supposed to kill those guardians, and then you move certain things to, you move these like statues to a certain place, and that unlocks the last final stage. We can destroy something and then win. But really, generally, at the end of the day, no one gets to that because you are just, you're just killing each other and having a good time. So that's kind of what the Battlegrounds is. Super fun. You do need that for some marks for the shadows. So there's like 200 marks a day that you can get for the shadows. So it is an activity that you probably would want to do daily. At the moment, it's only about an hour, I believe, or an hour and a half, 2 times a day, server time. So it's pretty difficult to get into when you're in technical alpha, right there on the North American side. And like I was saying before, Battlegrounds is kind of very much unbalanced right now, and it's really difficult to play actually when you're on the North American technical alpha side because, well, it's only 2 hours out of the day. I believe it's like an hour and a half, actually 3 hours, an hour and a half block 2 times a day. And it's just, there's not enough people to queue up for them. I've been waiting for weeks and I've gotten only a few matches. This is one of them that you're seeing right here. It's very difficult to get into this and try to play. I really want to because there's a lot of different PvP builds that I want to do for the wizard. In fact, a lot of that stuff is definitely coming. I'm working on that as we speak. But in general, I had a little bit of a trouble getting into it, but it is a fantastic mode. It's super fun, and I'm sure once it's balanced and once everything is in place and they get all of their ducks in a row, so to speak, this is, oh, I love this mode. It's so much fun. I can't wait for everybody else to jump in and play it. Let me know what you think about Battlegrounds below. Like I said, this isn't the only PvP mode in Diablo Immortal. The Rite of Exile is also the ultimate PvP mode in Immortal, right? Now, with the Rite of Exile, it's difficult. It's difficult because it requires lots of grinding, it requires politics, it requires favoritism, it requires for you to be on a team in order to actually participate. And of course, it's probably the highest level of play when it comes to PvP because you'll have some of the top level Immortals going against some of the top level Shadows to take them all out in this Rite of Exile. It's really like an awesome activity. It's super exciting. And then it also dictates who is going to be immortal versus not. Really good. I'll link a video for you if you haven't seen that, you should. Now, the last activity that you can do in Diablo Immortal as a PvPer, so to speak, is this Bilifin or Balifin, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Bilifin. There's a chest, basically an arena chest. Every once in a while, it's on a timer. On every difficulty, there is an event that happens at the zone. And if you run into this event and you party up with a group, or you could do this by yourself, basically it turns this zone into a PvP arena, a small arena. And at the end, if you win this arena, if you become the victor, you get a chest. This chest is going to guarantee you a legendary. There's a chest on every difficulty as well. It's not just on normal, hardcore, H2, H3. There's lots of chests, right? So you got to kind of, if you have a lot of friends, you could go to different difficulties and play on those. But generally, that's what ends up happening. And if you're playing by yourself, generally, I said generally 3 times, you might want to make sure that you party up with other people because it's important, right? And you do not want to go in by yourself. Most of the time in these arenas, there's a bunch of folks. And a lot of the times too, if you walk in and you don't see anybody, it does not mean that there's nobody there. Like, people will queue up for it and go hide somewhere. And then as soon as the thing, rings, you think, oh, I'm by myself. Yay, free legendary. And then whack. Just seriously, whack. So you might want to make sure that you kind of look around, watch your back. So it's a good idea to basically party up with people. Or you can run in, and if there's like a bunch of other folks that are not partied up, you might want to all party up together just for this event. Make sure you defend. Also, last tip for you, if you're in a party and you die during this event, you'll spawn outside of the arena and you'll have to wait for the event to be over. But if your party wins, you still get the rewards inside of the chest. When the arena is over, it'll open up. You should run up and go get your rewards because you'll be able to get them as well if you're in a party that wins this event. And this is a timed activity that happens all the time and guarantees you a legendary every time you win. Kind of cool. Definitely something you should be involved with. Other times, maybe it'd be easy to get it when there's not a lot of people on the server. If there's nobody there, you get a free legendary. I mean, nice. So far, those are all of the events that we have for PvP in Diablo Immortal. Let me know what you think about this down below. What do you think about all of these events? Do you think these are great? Do you think these are not great? Would you change some of them? Would you add a bunch of other events? I know some of the folks were considering or wanted to have these basically a team deathmatch PvP, right? They wanted to have like a Call of Duty style PvP, and this is a bit different. I don't think it's too different, to be honest with you. Though Battlegrounds, nobody really does the PvE aspect of it. Everyone just tries to kill each other, but in general, it is a bit different. So what do you think about all of this? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know down below. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.